Welcome back to the Father of the Man podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Wade Johnson. This is
Derrick Vachon.
and today we have an interview of a manly man named Timothy Falkenstine. He is a very awesome old friend of mine. He's not that old, but we've been friends for a long time. And we served in leadership together, in ministry together, been through a ton, had a lot of shared memories and good times. Dude has a lot of wisdom, a lot of good perspective on living rightly before God and sharing the gospel with people. Has a heart for the Lord and a heart for encouraging men to grow as men of God. So you're in for a treat. And Derrick Vachon just met him, which is why I'm talking so much. But I think you liked him, right? Did you like him? He's
I think
cool.
I think it went really well.
Yeah, he's in the room still. So
Hey, man.
all right.
Well, you had me at Falkenstine.
The man of independent mind. He looks and laughs at all.
We're here with none other than the man, the myth, the legend, Timothy Falkenstine. You've already heard from the intro. I'm reminding myself who Tim is. So we're just going to get right into the interview questions. I'm going to pump you up a little bit actually right now. Tim, I've known for a long time. And we've been through a ton together. Friends from school where we did, I've mentioned on the podcast before, the International Alert Academy, emergency services school. We trained together, did leadership together down there, and have had a friendship for how long now? What is that? Like 20 years? Something like that? Is that right?
It's close. When we first met, I guess it was 2008.
Yeah, almost 20 years. So go way back. I have a ton of respect for Tim in a lot of ways, but specifically with what we talk about on the podcast. Tim has spent a lot of his life and a lot of his time and invested a ton in young men and building them up and investing in the next generation through different programs and experiences that he's led and been a part of. So really interested to chat and I think there's some questions we're going to ask you that I actually don't know the answer to. So
Okay.
So this is going to be pretty good.
That's exciting.
It is exciting.
I'm kind of pumped because for the last, 17 years or so, I've heard your name brought up multiple times, always in good context. And I've always thought it would be cool to meet that guy. And this is the first day I've ever met this guy. So it's kind of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if they seem like awkward around each other, it's because they just met. So
We're working on it.
Yeah. So everyone calm down. All right. So let's get into the questions. Do you have the questions?
Yes.
Yeah. Cool, man.
Yeah, they're right here.
Yeah. Awesome. Why don't you just easily produce those real quick?
Yeah, I have them all locked away in my mind. So
Yeah.
I just like to hold paper while I sit. So,
Perfect.
All
right.
Question number 1.
Get into it. Let's do it.
Tim, who are you, man?
Wow.
That's such a good question.
Like if you had to sum yourself up, who are you?
Who am I? I don't know how I would sum myself up with. I would say, I guess, someone who wants to have a love for the Lord, love for other people, is generally my desire for who I want to be. Hopefully, people would see Jesus through my life is my goal, I guess.
I have.
So
Does that count for anything?
yeah.
It's only been like an hour, but I also have. No, that's good. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a good answer.
Yeah.
It's probably
Short.
It's probably the best answer, honestly. Yeah.
Yeah. It's kind of, you can't really
I don't know.
top that. You know, wanting to represent Jesus is a pretty high
High bar.
bar.
It's my goal
Yeah.
at least.
Yeah.
It's good. It's a good goal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's awesome. Can I have the questions now?
Yeah, because I have them all memorized. So,
Yeah, that's right.
just hang on to those.
Yeah, you won't need them back. All right, so we're getting all psychological with it here, and diving deep into your soul. So, good, look out.
Put your gloves on.
So yeah. Okay. How would you say your relationship with your father is, as far as how is your relationship with your father, and how has that shaped your life thus far? That's obviously a big question, but how do you get along with your dad, and how do you feel like that has impacted you for good or not, or whatever?
Well, let's see. I guess I've known him for a long time,
Yeah.
my whole life.
Yeah. That's good.
Yeah.
Not everyone could say that.
Yeah, that is true.
Yeah.
No, I think he's been a very impactful impact in my life. just because grew up with 5 brothers, 1 sister.
Yeah.
I'm the 5th born out of 7 kids. And so I was the more troubled child.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
I was very aggressive, very wanting to, I guess I had to be. I was going to get beat up otherwise.
Yeah.
So so my whole life growing up, my dad always would try to teach me self-control. Every time he's like, Tim, self-control, Tim, self-control, Tim, self-control, like every day.
Yeah.
So I think that was the biggest thing, which is kind of interesting with that is seeing that because I didn't have self-control growing up. And my dad is someone who had self-control so many times in his life. Growing up, he wasn't a Christian, didn't become a Christian until right before he'd got married to my mom. And then through that, though, God really changed his life and everything around.
Yeah.
But there's probably not one day in my life that I hadn't seen my dad get up and spending his personal time alone with God and his word. Someone who so many times who would ask forgiveness, I guess, to me personally.
Yeah.
When I didn't even think he was angry or disappointed or whatever it is, he would come back to me and say, "Hey, Tim, I'm sorry. I was getting angry because you were being a little jerk, basically. Not having anything, being annoying because I was very annoying."
Yeah.
To ask for forgiveness of that and seeing that kind of in his life, seeing the example in his life. I think as I started to get older, as a young guy, a teenager, you see your parents always tell you stuff and you don't really want to listen to them. So he tried to, obviously bring us up to follow after God and all that we do. But to actually see him live it out, I think as I got older, I really appreciated that. Someone who always practiced what he preached.
Yeah.
Because there were so many other friends, other people around us went to the same church, into the same exact things in life, but yet their faith with God turned away and stuff like that. And here's someone who actually did what he was telling us to do himself, and even set a higher standard than what he was calling us to do. So I've really tremendous respect for my dad. I've grown a lot through that. I think as I go older, I started to have a better relationship with him, just because I did see that and started to respect that a whole lot more. Yeah. But I think overall, it has been somewhat good.
Yeah.
Talking with him, having a relationship with him. Obviously, when I was younger, you're just like, whatever.
Yeah.
You're like, I don't really want to talk to you. I'd rather go do something outside or something. So,
Sure.
Yep.
Sure.
But that's just how it is with parents, I think, a lot of times.
Yeah. Absolutely.
But overall, just still seeing his faith in God now and still wanting to invest in other people and teaching me to put other people's needs above my own.
Yeah.
And seeing that in his life, all throughout my life. Whether that be having drug rehabilitation guys in our house.
Yeah.
Every holiday, and then even once a month for a Bible study he would have with them as well. He had us involved with that. So with that, just seeing that example, I think it set a good picture in my life as to what was really important in life. So
yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, the importance of living out your convictions in front of your family, I like even like what you're saying about him apologizing or even just kind of coming back and making it right and like living with integrity before you. It's not a picture of perfection. Yeah. It's a picture of like an honest heart before the Lord and a repentant heart before the Lord and like wanting to.
Well, and consistency. Yeah. Not like having like one-off moments where you're like, oh, that was cool when he did that once, but just like stay in the course. Yeah, that's pretty rad.
Yeah, that's a rare and powerful example. That's cool. So you mentioned the drug rehab thing. I want to zoom in on that.
Yeah.
So elaborate on that. So what your dad kind of had my understanding is he had a ministry for drug rehabilitation. He had a Bible study with them. He'd have around like for family events and stuff and for holidays. And what was the extent of that? What was that like growing up with that?
I think we always enjoyed it, actually, as kids, because there was all these guys. Sometimes there'd be like 30 guys or more in our house.
Jeez.
And it was funny, obviously you've worked with that with being a police officer and stuff, is you deal with these type of guys. Well, they were coming to our house, and it was the ministry was able to open up to that because other guys would be like, do you realize who's in your house? Like that
Yeah.
dude, you know who that guy is over there type of thing. And just even my mom was just like, well, everything in this house is God's anyway.
Yeah.
So if they take stuff, they take stuff.
Yeah.
And there was a lot of people, even in our church, who would be willing to help. Hey, we'll give you some sodas or whatever,
Yeah.
food, but they didn't want to come join
Right.
because they didn't think their kids should be around these bad, evil people
Right.
type of thing.
Yeah.
But I think just seeing their faith in God, they're like, well, God's protecting us, and it gave us a good. If we actually believe God's in control, why are we scared of these people?
Yeah.
Type of thing.
That's awesome.
And so we always liked it. We got to play a lot of sports. We play basketball, football with them out. Afterwards, usually we'd have a meal and open up and have like a icebreaker game, stuff like that with them, and start talking. And usually by the end of the day, sometimes they'd stay till like midnight, 1 a.m.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
That's crazy. Yeah.
But
That's
yeah,
awesome.
until they finally, we'd take them back to their
Yeah.
like halfway house or whatever it was they stayed at. So
How did that get started? Like, was that through the church, or did your dad just
no,
fire
it's
it
just,
up? or-
yeah, we just started. We first went to when they started right when I was 1 year old, I think. So yeah, back in the 1900s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Heard of them.
Back in the day.
Yeah.
The
So
before times.
yeah.
Is he still involved in that?
So we stopped doing it because the place we were working with, they shut down, and so we stopped doing that. But then he ended up going into prison ministry. My mom still does that as well.
Okay.
So they're very involved in ministry with other people, and they always have been. But it's caused us to always serve like literally every holiday but major ones. So it's 4th of July, Easter, Christmas, and Thanksgiving. All 4 of those, they'd come over and be there all day. So we'd come over at lunch, and then we'd just have snacks and food and talk and with them one-on-one or hang out with them. We'd usually hang out with them outside and play sports and stuff. But,
Sure.
Yep. So that's how it was.
Super
It was really it
Yeah.
was way different. Just it was hard to explain it to other people a lot of times because other friends and stuff are like, so what do you do for Christmas or what do you do for this? I'm like, well, we have all these drug dudes come to our house. So, but I think it really shaped who I was as a person and what God called me to do, and so.
Yeah, it's interesting. It seems like I know you, just from working with you in leadership and doing different things. Like I've always appreciated your combination. It's like I think a really biblical and healthy combination of having no tolerance for sin, or it's not excusing sin or making light of sin. I feel like you've always communicated a weight to sin, but you've always been not shocked or offended or and I think that's something that I know I've learned from, and I think is really helpful, is that like I feel like sometimes Christians can either be too comfortable with it, like it's kind of like making light of it. It's fine, I'm kind of comfortable with the druggies because I might also kind of try some drugs sometimes, or it being like a pearl clutching, like, oh, I can't believe, like, I can't have that, I can't be around that person, right? And we're so offended, and I think that's definitely, I think the heart of Christ is something that I think I've seen you be an example of. I mean, it's cliche, but hating the sin but loving the sinner, right? But that idea of like, no, I'm not like, and I think a lot of non-believers think God is shocked by their sin, right? And it's like, God's not shocked by your sin. Like,
Right.
Yeah.
He's seen everything from all time. Like, it's not like he's some Victorian grandmother that's like, oh, good heavens,
Cover
I
that
can't believe
piano
you did
leg,
that. Yeah, exactly. But at the same time, he is righteous and pure and holy, and but he's provided a way for us to have fellowship with him through Christ, and that's the gospel. So it's just, I just really have appreciated that perspective. I could see how that was probably really formative in that ministry, right? That's really cool.
That's a cool, like, kind of juxtaposition to my, recent experience in law enforcement. Is like, it can be really easy to get super jaded towards those people. But you're right. It's like, if God's in control, then what are we afraid of? And then also, like, if you want to look at examples, like who we're supposed to be modeling our lives after, Christ hung out with all sorts of sinners. And that was like his full-time gig, so that's pretty cool. Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. Good stuff. I had another question, but I was thinking that it was going to come out of Derrick's mouth.
Oh yeah.
And it was over.
I'll be your Question guy.
Cool.
Who? Not scripted.
Good natural delivery.
Who have been your primary in-person influences in developing masculinity?
Wow. They've had a lot of them growing through life. Probably my dad, my older brothers have been. I would say probably one of my closest friends. We've been together. We've known each other since I was 16 or something like that. I think so. Yeah, we worked at a camp together. And so he was someone who challenged me in my walk with God to be more than just a man, to not sit on the fence. The question he literally asked me, he's like, Tim, he's like, you need to decide what side of the fence are you going to sit on. You going to serve God, or are you going to serve yourself? And it was like, oh, wow. And he's 17, I'm 16. I was like, what kind of 17-year-old talks like this?
Yeah. This old guy's got some wisdom.
Yeah. Yeah. And so I think at that point, he's someone who really shaped my manhood. I guess really is what is kind of manhood in a way.
Yeah.
I think it's part of it is also when I went through Alert with this guy, Wade Johnson.
Yeah.
He was my squad leader there. And so seeing someone else who was challenging me but had a love and who I guess he had a joy. He wasn't like putting us down. We were in an environment that was really hard physically, but then you still always uplifted us always and wanted to. You're like, all right, I'm gonna drop you because I have to, type of thing. And so it was like one of those things that was like really loving. And so I always loved and respect him for that, is because it wasn't just. He wasn't there just trying to yell at you, because that was the other guy's job. And so it was one of those things he could have, because some of the other guys did.
Yeah.
And they were jerks to their guys. Sure. And we're just like, wow, we're glad we have him over us.
Thanks,
and
man.
so it really, I think it kind of shaped my manhood and it really made me also, once I took a leadership role there at Alert, was I don't have to be like intimidating or be overly harsh.
Yeah.
I could just have fun.
Yeah.
Because that's actually what mattered more, was getting to the guys' hearts and stuff. And so I think that's what really shaped a lot of it, which is kind of, you may not even realize that, but some of it was you took it more lightheartedly.
Yeah.
And so I was like, oh, okay, I can see how that actually is more beneficial, because it affected all of us guys who were under you. To respect you and to grow. I feel like all of us grew a lot more, and we became closer with each other than some of the other guys who were in the same situation sort of we were in.
Sure. But
because of the other people who they didn't feel like had their back, they then kind of just went off and did their own thing.
Yeah.
But
well, cool, man.
I don't know. I guess it's a continual who keeps shaping me.
Yeah.
Sure.
It's like through different periods of life, there's been so many different people who have continually, hey, you need to work on this, or something like that. Yeah. And so I don't know. It's a lot of people.
It is.
It's a lot of people to think of.
Yeah. It
Talk about it for a while.
Yeah. Well, and it's I think it's a blessing to have a lot of people. I mean, it's interesting. I mean, I just think of the scripture that says, "In the multitude of counselors there's safety."
Yeah.
And then also just the classic iron sharpening iron, right? Like, so the man sharpens the countenance of his friend. So being around friends who love the Lord and are growing too, none perfect certainly, but are growing too. It's a huge encouragement, and that's part of what we're trying to do with this and with Tasmic Alpha, is just welcome men into a fellowship of men who are also wanting to grow and walking with the Lord and raising their sons, and because we do shape each other. Like, it's such a mutual benefit, because like I didn't even know that until you just shared that. That was like a real blessing, man. Thank you. But,
no surprise to me.
Yeah, because it's funny, because I've always like looked up to you, like even when when I was your squad leader, I felt like you were more mature than me. So I was, I've always it's been a mutual thing, is my point, and it so frequently is with godly guys. It's I think that's how God designed it. It's really cool. So good job. Good job encouraging
man.
each other.
Yeah, you guys are great.
Good team. Good team.
Yeah.
Dude, check this out.
What's this? Oh, what does this say? Interesting. There's something written down here. What?
I feel like that follow-up was kind of already answered.
Yeah, the follow-up was kind of answered. Yeah, so, well, we can expand on it. So, I mean, you obviously listed a lot of people, which is very cool. So it might be kind of hard to narrow this down, but what are some what's some wisdom you gleaned from them? You kind of did answer that. Like, are you getting off the fence? Are you gonna follow God or follow man? I think that's a very simple, very profound, like ultra important question. Like
pivotal.
I can see how that'd be really formative. Like, because it really so much. It's funny because like you saying that, it's like, you know, it's like on one end it feels like it's a Christian T-shirt, right? But on the other end, if you actually think about what it's saying, like that applies so much for me. Like today, like I'm like that. I need to ask myself that daily.
Yeah,
like,
choose this day. Yeah.
Choose ye this day whom you will serve. Yeah. And so it's such a fundamental thing, and I'm a big fan of refreshing those things in the sense that because familiarity breeds contempt and laziness, and you know, like who cares? I've heard that 1,000 times.
Yeah.
Yep.
And it's like, but seriously, like thinking on those things that are fundamental truths is like, if you actually pay attention, you probably really need to hear that right now. Like, odds are. So yeah. So anyway, thanks for sharing that.
You mentioned your brothers.
Yeah.
So I lost track. How many brothers do you have?
So I have 5 brothers.
Yeah, 5 brothers, and they're all older, or did you say?
So I'm the 5th born. So I have 2
You're the 5th
younger
born.
and 3 older.
Okay, that's cool. Yeah. Are they are you tight with all of them? Like you guys?
Yeah. That's fun things because we all have still a good relationship with each other.
That's awesome.
So, yeah.
And did they all grow up in the faith with you then?
Yes.
Oh, that's cool.
They're all doing pretty well.
Yeah,
right?
they're all still professing Christians.
Yeah, I've
That's a win.
Still going.
I
Yeah.
met one of them and he was awesome.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Steven. Yeah. So okay. So what are okay? What are some things? This is an interesting question. Sorry, hang on. I got this. I wrote this. I should.
Do you want me to read it?
No, you read the last one.
Oh, I'll just if you're struggling, I can help.
I really appreciate that. You're a great help.
I was homeschooled.
Yeah. I can read. Okay, what are some things you love about how your father passed masculinity onto you? So to elaborate on that question, kind of like, more specifically on the masculinity side, what do you feel like he did well? And you've already touched on some of it, but feel free to elaborate. And then the next question, I'll just combine it, will be like, if you were to imagine raising your own son, or when you're investing in other young men that you're in ministry with, what are some things that you might do differently, if any, than your father did? Does that make sense?
That I would do differently than my dad?
If any, yeah. So in other words, like, what are some things that you see as like he did really well, and then what are some things that you might tweak a little bit, if any?
Okay.
Yeah, that makes sense.
You're under oath here, so
Yeah, exactly. What are the odds that he'll listen to this?
Only if I tell him.
Yeah, perfect.
great.
You maintain control. Good job.
Things I would change. There's not too much I would necessarily change. I was definitely appreciative. I mean, in the moment, I didn't like some of the things.
Sure.
Obviously, he had us, like, all right, we're spending time in God's Word this evening, doing things like, well, I'd rather be outside playing or doing stuff, So as a teenager kid, I necessarily didn't want to do those type of things. But I think as I grew older, then I appreciated what he was doing in my life. Some of the things I would definitely would like to make more of an impact, I guess, in other people as well, is just to really necessarily get to know people first.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times it's easy just to kind of judge other people and to you have like all right, you peg someone a certain way instead of actually getting to know the person first. And you look at the life of Jesus, really, and you see him going through and talking to the prostitutes, talking to the tax gatherers and all these other people who the society thought was evil and cast out. He took time out of his day to invest in those people. Yeah. And I think that's one thing I do appreciate from my dad is something like that he did invest in other people like that. Something that I need to grow in more is that, because it is easy to, in the moment, all right, this is what you need to do, preach to someone, type of thing. This is what God's Word says. Yeah. This is what you need to change in your life. It's obvious, instead of, hey, how do I come along this person and be a friend to this person and then through that, you
Yeah.
can then speak truth to them, because then they actually want to listen to you.
Yeah.
Because it is so easy just to speak down at someone else,
Sure.
and to see their flaws, even though I have my own flaws.
Yeah.
And so,
Yeah.
and so I think that's something that I need to grow in a whole lot more, is really, how can I look at the other person's needs above that?
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't think there's too much I would necessarily change that my dad had did.
Yeah.
There's things I might do differently, just because I'm a different person.
Sure.
Different standards and things of that nature.
Sure.
But I see the benefit. I see why he did it, and why he chose it. It was his, he gave reasons for it.
Yeah.
It wasn't just like, you're going to do what I say and you have nothing else. Like,
Just deal with it.
yeah. He then gave us reasons. This is the reason why I'm doing it. Oh, okay. That makes sense.
Yeah.
So it wasn't
more of a leader and not a tyrant.
Yeah. So I think that's what leadership is being able to lead from the front, I guess, in a way, and do it yourself.
Yeah.
And then when you need it to, he was firm and it's like, no, you're doing this type of thing. And you're like, okay, fine. But I think that's something that it is good to do.
Yeah.
I think that it's impressive hearing about his consistency and getting you guys into the word and the discipline, self-control, all that stuff, simultaneously doing ministry, because it's really easy for guys to be so focused on the ministry that they neglect the primary ministry, which is their family, at home. But it's pretty cool to have that example where he's not only is he showing you what it looks like to minister to others, but he's also staying consistent with you guys. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's cool, and again, rare, and really, love to see it. Love to see more of it. It's good.
Yeah.
No, I love what you're saying too about establishing a relationship with people whenever possible, but maybe even before giving counsel, before even preaching at them or whatever. It does. I know I've had that experience in my own life where it's like, if you're coming from a place of relationship, I mean, and I feel like I'm gonna say another cliche, but they just
you do it all the time, man. It's fine.
All the time. I don't know what, but it's the whole thing of like, and it's, again, it feels like it's like on a coffee mug or something. But no, but it's the whole, people don't care how much you know. They know, they want to know how much you care, right?
Yeah.
That whole cute thing to say. But it's true, and it's one of those things where it's like, I think people who may even have less wisdom might have more impact just because they have more relationship, right? I mean, you see that all the time in a negative way, as far as like, there's total fools that have tons of influence over people because they're connected to the people, and that's a shame, so it's kind of like, if you want to grow in wisdom and share that wisdom and grow in truth of the gospel and share the gospel, being able to, like Jesus as an example, being able to establish rapport with people and relationship, and they know you a little, you know them a little, it really does change the power of what you're saying, because that way you're not just a billboard yelling a thing.
Well, and
it's a person,
it's not looking at ministry as behavior modification. Like, that's the low hanging fruit where people are like, oh, if I can get him to change his addictions or to stop his addictions, then I'll fix him. And it's like, that's not it. Like, that's the heart, which is the essence of the person, not the things they do. So
yeah, that's really good.
Yeah.
Glad you said that.
Thanks, man. Put that on a mug.
Yeah, dude, I feel like I'm just like going through a gift shop here. But
I feel like you're gifted.
I feel it's true stuff, man. I don't know what
it is. Well, the gospel itself is a pretty simple. You want to read the next question?
Sure.
No.
But the gospel is a simple, it's a simple thing, and it's something that God calls children to, right? So if it's good enough for God, simplicity should be good enough for us,
Totally. Well, and there's a difference between hearing something and actually meditating on it, absorbing it, living it, letting it impact your life. There's a big difference between, just repeating it or hearing it. And so, I mean, it's one of there's so many things that I've heard a million times, but then one day, I don't know if it's just the Holy Spirit working or I was humble enough finally to pay attention or what, but it'll sink through in a different light, and you're like, wow, that actually is profound.
Yeah.
This is another one.
Well, think about that too, is also, you think about what Paul talks about. It says, I plant it, Apollos water, but God's the one who causes the increase.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I think that's something I've learned too, is that I may be somewhere in that chain.
Yeah.
And I'm not the person that's changing. And that's the thing you have to realize, is that you're not the one who changes people. God is the one who changes people.
Yeah.
And so it's one of those things, you have to humble yourself. And working with guys and working with leadership thing, I think the faster I learned that whenever I try to come up with cliche lines like, okay, how can I be smart and say this?
Right.
If I say the right thing, then this guy's his heart's gonna change type thing.
Yeah.
And it's the faster I realize, it really wasn't me.
Yeah.
Then the guys changed more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It wasn't about me. It was about God.
Yeah.
So
No, that's.
Yeah, there's something in the way there. What is it?
Yeah. No, that's it.
Yeah.
Profundity oft rests on the shoulders of the obvious.
Yes. Thank you, Dr. Crane.
Did everyone's heart just change? That was pretty good.
That was good. I'd wear that on a shirt. It's true,
No,
though.
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Very true.
Very true.
All right, read a question.
Hey, man.
Does it say "Hey, man"?
Yeah.
It does.
Hey, man. What? Seems like a shift, but we're gonna jump into this one.
What is it? The next question?
It is the next
All right,
question.
hey, man. Dude, read it.
What sports? What sports have you played, and how do you feel like they impacted your masculine development?
Oh, here we go. This is your chance to get back at Derrick Clark for his heretical views on baseball.
And yours,
That's right.
Derrick Clark said it.
Tim. I'm with you, man.
All right.
I'm with
That's
Derrick
true.
Clark.
So I grew up, we played a lot of sports. It was just mostly boys. So that's all we did was play sports. We were mostly played baseball together because that was the one thing my dad knew how to do.
Yeah.
And so he sort of taught us, and then we all surpassed him with everything he knew.
Nice.
So my oldest brother knew, he then got the best at it, and then he trained us all. And so we would literally play every day and just go out in the backyard. We lived right next to a church, and so they had a field there, so we would just play in the field.
Nice.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and so we grew up playing sports, and that was part of it, why I'd get mad at my dad, because he never let any of us play on an actual team for the longest time.
Yeah.
Just because he's like, no, there's too many of y'all. We're gonna be like 5 different teams, so no,
That's-
it's too much time.
Yeah.
So we never got to do it. We ended up just playing. We just have growing up in the 90s, you would just have early 2000s, you have all the neighborhood would come over, and we would just play in the backyard and use that time just to have fun. And we'd play baseball, go play basketball too in the street. So I think though it really stretched us a lot because he taught us not to quit and all these different things. So that's, I think, the benefit of sports is because you do lose a lot. You're not the best. There's always someone better than you most times. We we were the best, so we're just like, oh well.
Nothing wrong with that either.
It wasn't till us 3 younger ones, and then also my dad heard a sermon from someone, and it's like, you know what, you can glorify God in anything you do. And he finally let us actually join a team. And all my older brothers are mad then because they never got to play on a team.
Nice.
So yeah, so we ended up playing on a baseball team. With that, it was a blast, obviously, because that's what we loved. I think the benefit of being on a sport, any sport really, is that you have to work if you're a team sport, especially, is that you have to work together with the other guys on your team. You can't win by yourself. Doesn't matter what it is, because there's always going to be someone weaker. And so it really taught me, okay, how do I? Yeah, we practice every day. It's me and my younger brother. We would practice. My youngest brother, he'd rather sit inside and do nothing,
Nice.
even though he's still playing. But he would rather just not do anything. So then us two, we literally practiced every day.
Yeah.
We would just go hit each other, fly balls or whatever it was, and just hours and hours and hours. And so we got way better than most people just because of the time and practice we didn't put into it. And so we ended up playing, all in high school and things like that, which was an awesome opportunity. That we then got to meet other people in that aspect. I really liked playing football though too, but at that time they didn't let any homeschoolers play because Tim Tebow was just going through. At the same time. So, Florida started passing stuff. So Texas hadn't done anything yet. And so I couldn't play football. I really wanted to play football because I was fast and I could, we played football with neighborhood, kids who were on the football teams. Like, dude, you need to play on our team. I was like, I can't. So I just loved hitting people and, and just, that was my aspect in life. just very aggressive.
That's a good outlet.
Yeah.
Just-
Yeah, it is.
It was. I'd come back and just play hours and hours. So that's all we did.
Yeah. That's awesome.
So yeah, so I then played baseball in high school. Kept playing. That was my first, since that's the only thing I could play. So we joined a homeschool team and played at public schools. Played all over there, all over the city of Houston, where I grew up. Through that though, was at that same time who I became friends with that over the summer camp, and he's telling me, "Hey, what side of the fence are you going to be on?" Type of thing. I really felt God was like, "You need to share the gospel with these other guys on the team." Even though they're supposedly Christians. And through that, I guess it was my junior season in high school. I was playing. That's when we started on a new team, and there was a lot of guys who weren't really Christians. The team before, pretty much everyone was professing Christians and stuff like that. But this newer team, it was like a higher, I guess, grade. I don't know what do you want to call it.
Yeah.
Higher level of skill.
I don't know.
Supposedly.
Dude. Yeah. It's like a
It was just a higher level of baseball.
They were like baseball black belts.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So they were just.
That's actually the right term.
It was just the better team.
Yeah.
And so we moved up to this other team, and so we were playing with them. Spent more money to go join the team and stuff like that. And I felt like God was really calling me to, hey, you need to share the gospel with these other teammates, and I did not.
Yeah.
And thus, because of that, I ended up hurting my arm from that, and I felt like it was God telling me, nope, you're done. Type of thing. Yeah. And through that, which was hard and difficult because I really that's all I've been doing is playing baseball my whole life. And through that, I then ended up going to Alert because of that and wanting to then be involved in ministry. Ended up being there for 10 years. But I definitely think it really was a shaping just because that there was the aspect of teamwork and putting other people and helping other guys who weren't as good to get better, to have conversations, and then ultimately, hey, God's in control type of thing. It's like, sorry, I'm going to take away the thing you love because you're not doing what I'm telling you to do. Felt like Jonah, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
But
Yeah.
That's how I felt. Maybe it wasn't. Maybe go to heaven, and then God's like, actually, no, you were just being weird. Okay, no. You just didn't know how to throw. No. So, yeah, it was one of those things that it was hard in the moment, but sports definitely shaped who I was and what I did, and that's all we were involved in. And funny thing with sports, we were loved sports too much that our parents forbade us. My mom was tired of it. So on Sundays we could not talk about sports whatsoever.
It's like the sports day.
It was. Yeah. So we ended up never watching NFL growing up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And so we couldn't watch football. So we never liked it because we weren't allowed to talk about it, listen to it, or anything.
Yeah.
And we'd get in trouble if we didn't. So
That's funny.
yeah. And so because that's all we talked about.
Right.
So that's just who I was. So I guess sports, that's what we did because that's what we could,
Yeah.
that was our outlet, I guess.
Yeah.
But I think it is good. I think it is good for young guys to do it. Teach you coordination. It teaches you, how to lose. Teaches you how to win.
Yeah.
You can't rub it in their face because then you play with them the next day, and then they rub it in your face. Then, so you have to. It goes both ways.
Yeah.
And it taught me, because since I am younger in birth order, it taught me determination and to really push myself a lot harder because I wanted to be better than my siblings. And so ended up doing, pushing it. So then I did get better than them, and I could hit better and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And it was kind of humbling too, because my younger brother ended up going to college and he played baseball there for 4 years. And so I was like, man, I was better than him. Man, I should have gone to Alert, looking back, you're like, well, maybe I shouldn't have done those type of things. But no, then you're like, well, okay, God had different plans for my life, and which was good.
Well, I'm glad you went to Alert.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Me too.
Yeah.
Would have never met you then.
Exactly. Yeah, that's great. No, that's really good. I think that's a good. It's good to have somebody who has real sports experience actually share a positive experience on the podcast. I feel like it's good for everybody, for all of our sports listeners.
It's more balanced, yeah.
Yeah. It is, and it also just it shows people who like sports that they can get along with us, even though we're really bad at all of that. But I think the lessons you're pointing out make a ton of sense, like the whole teamwork thing. grit, determination, all that. And then,
Humility is a big one too. That's pretty
humility,
cool.
know
Yeah,
win and lose. I think, and we're actually gonna be talking about our episode we were gonna do before we realized we could interview you. Was gonna be on games, so like sports, board games, like just game stuff, and you actually probably even talk about video games. So that'll be coming soon. But this is I'm glad we interviewed you first because it might change what I was gonna say. But yeah, no, that's great.
I'll be watching.
Okay, yeah, sounds good.
Shoot,
Yeah, let me
pressure's
know.
on.
Let us know how we do.
Take the podcast down if you
yeah.
say anything wrong.
I will not.
Okay.
I don't even know how to do that. So
Yeah, Derrick Clark does everything. We don't even know.
yeah.
For all we know, he's just keeping this on a file on his computer, and he's never actually posting it.
He's just emailing it to us. We're like, oh, that.
Yeah, cool, man.
Every time I open it, we have another view.
That's great.
Cool. Here, man.
Hey, thanks. Here we go. Okay, here we go. So, what are some non-fiction books that have impacted your growth in masculinity besides the Bible?
Yeah, you can
You said nonfiction.
Non-fiction.
So the Bible's not fiction.
Wait. Yeah, the Bible's a non-fiction book. Yeah,
okay.
so a
Yeah,
non-fiction book besides
okay.
the Bible.
Just don't say
Okay.
the Bible because that's like
Yeah,
that's like the Sunday school answer.
Yeah,
Oh,
sorry.
God.
And we know,
Yes,
yeah,
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
No, you're
I'm
fine.
getting confused here.
No, you're good. You're good. So what are some non-fiction books that have impacted your growth as a man, other than the Bible? Because obviously that's the foundation book. Yeah.
Let's see. I think I like biographies of different people that have impacted my life.
Okay.
One that I read recently. I actually read something.
Hey, good job.
You
Like
know?
you physically read it
Yeah.
and audiobook it? Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I mostly listen to books.
Yeah.
More than reading them.
Yeah. Well, you're working. You're learning while you work. So
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
legit.
It gives you something to do.
Yeah.
Was a story. It's called Heavenly Man.
I've heard of this.
Yeah, Brother Yun in China.
Yes.
Yeah, and it was, I don't know, just to see that his faith and walk with God, because he I guess it was like the 60s or something when he was younger, 1960s, and he became a Christian, and then obviously in China you weren't allowed to be a Christian there.
Yeah.
And through that they didn't have a Bible. There was a Bible in another town. I don't know. I think it was like 2-3 hour walk or something like that.
Yeah.
Something crazy. He'd like walk all the way there. He'd have to memorize whatever. They only had like I think the Gospels said Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, I think. And he would memorize like chapters of the Bible and then come back to his village and share it with the other people there.
Crazy.
And so like just to see that, it's amazing. He ends up, becoming a pastor, and he's getting Bibles, spreading them around. He ended up being one of the most wanted men in China. So it's kind of crazy to see that. And then he ends up getting arrested several times, goes to jail, gets sent to work camps, gets sent all over the place with that. And then at one point he gets out and they're like, you can't share your faith anymore. You see just miracles and things happen in his life.
Yeah.
That God did in his life. And it's really cool book just to see it. The stories that he had, and one of the crazy thing, his wife at one point, they were pregnant with her second child. At that point they only could have one kid in China. And so they were coming, and then also they found out she was pregnant. She was like 7 months pregnant, and they're like, we're gonna come and abort your baby tomorrow. And she's like, oh, great. And at that point he was in jail, so he wasn't even around. Well, then she goes into labor, has the kid like that day.
Like 7 months pregnant.
Yeah, 7 months pregnant.
Crazy.
And then kid's fine. And then so then they came back. Oh, you had a kid. I guess we can't kill it. It's like, it's so weird though. But
Crazy.
But they let her keep the kid. Yeah. And so with that though, you see her faith, because she's having to raise these 2 kids, and no one likes her, because if they do, she's they know her husband's a pastor and a Christian and stuff like that. So they're having to do secret church and things of that nature. It's interesting to see you see other Christians around the world, because you think about America, and we don't have any persecution or anything here.
Yeah.
And you see that this is happening, and this, I think the book goes all the way up to in the 2000s, when he's older. But he ends up getting arrested, going to jail. They're torturing him, like putting bamboo shoots under his fingers and just awful things. Yeah. And just trying to he like didn't end up eating. I'm trying to remember one of the times he was getting beaten stuff, and they're like, you need to tell us where the other pastors are. He wouldn't do it. And so they started beating the other guys in his cell then because trying to get him to turn. So then all of them start beating him up too.
Jeez.
So he's not only getting beat up by the guards, he's getting beat up by his other cellmates. But then he starts giving his food to the other guys. Yeah. And so then he ends up winning all of them. They all come to Christ because of that.
That's
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so it's crazy. Yeah, he then do it, and then they they didn't let them stay together, so they sent them out, and they didn't let them, and they start sharing the gospel to other people in jail and stuff. So it's kind of crazy. And to one point, he got so bad, he was in jail, and he was there, hadn't eaten or drinking anything. So some of it makes you wonder. It's like, okay, is this really real?
Sure.
Type of thing. But it's his testimony.
Yeah.
And he ended up not eating or drinking anything for like 70 days. He couldn't walk because they'd broken his legs, his ribs, which somehow shouldn't be humanly possible to be able to go without water and food that long.
Right.
He survived. And then all of a sudden, he felt like God told him to get up. So he gets up. He literally couldn't walk. People had to carry him in to get interrogated, to get beaten. And then they'd take him back, and someone else had to carry him back and stuff.
Jeez.
And
It's a rough schedule.
yeah, it is rough.
Yeah.
And he ends up walking, getting up, and he walks out. Literally, guards start opening the jail doors open for him. He literally walked out, got into a taxi cab who was there, drove him to a house, and he ends up escaping China. And they like go back in security footage, and they saw him walk out of the jail.
That's
like
crazy.
Yeah, but the dude couldn't even walk. He hadn't eaten, all this stuff. So you see, like, God still works miracles. And so that was the one book that's there.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
So
It's a
that
crazy
was
story.
Heavenly
Man. Yeah.
Heavenly Man by Brother Yun.
Yeah, that's who it's
Yeah.
about. I don't remember
Yeah.
who wrote it. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
There's-
cool. My mom had that book
Yeah.
on her shelf.
Hmm.
I never read it.
Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah.
It's just interesting because it's like recent times
Yeah.
type thing.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
cool.
I think I just like more like history and things of that nature of people seeing their faith in God, and I think it's kind of encouraging
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure.
because you just, I don't know,
Yeah.
see other people and you're like, I can do that too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. 100%.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome. There's really cool testimonies of the Lord's faithfulness. You're like, hey,
Yeah, but I don't read too many books, so I can't help you too much.
well,
What about-
you
I
helped us
mean-
a lot.
You listen to books though.
Yeah,
That still
not,
counts.
Not even a ton, but
No.
yeah.
Well,
I don't know.
what
Some
good
of
are
them,
you?
yeah, I know.
Hold on, hold that down.
Worthless.
No,
Um,
you just helped us. That was a good book. That was
Yeah.
great.
Well, that's also, I like the idea of biographies. They're pretty interesting. You know, like
Yeah.
I just read, it was like a year
Dietrich
ago.
Bonhoeffer.
Dietrich Bonhoeffer. Yeah.
Okay,
and
yeah.
Yeah.
Same thing. You just get so much encouragement from like,
Yeah.
oh, this guy was a stud and he didn't really care what people
Doing it
thought.
under the
He's-
German
Mhm.
brain and stuff.
Yeah, when you read stories, it's cool because I think on a manliness level, when you read stories of virtuous men doing virtuous things under tremendous pressure,
Tremendous pressure.
tremendous, immense. That
Yeah.
was it. Okay, yeah, under tremendous pressure, you it stirs you up to desire that same virtue.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So that's one thing, and then the other thing that's really cool as a Christian is like, even on the miraculous side or on these things, like you realize like they're doing it in the Lord's strength, and that's the God we serve.
Yeah.
You know,
Mhm.
and so it's really an extra layer of encouragement because it ultimately should draw us closer to the Lord. You know?
Yeah.
It's really cool.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah,
That is
read
great.
A few Navy SEAL books and
That's
guys.
Oh,
guys,
yeah.
Can't
it's
go
kind of
wrong
fun.
with
Yeah.
I don't even know if any of this.
Do you know the next question?
I think.
I gave
Not
it to you
any
upside down
fiction
to
books.
test you.
Classic. I was gonna say, yeah. What are some, if any, fictional books or movies? I don't remember
Is
it
it
being
movies
worded.
or books?
It says books / movies.
Start with books.
What are some fictional books that have impacted your growth of masculinity?
Yeah. What are they?
I wouldn't necessarily like books that necessarily grow my masculinity.
You don't
I don't
think
know. Maybe they have.
I think Brother Yun did.
Okay, but like a
Like,
fictional book.
I knew you before you read that book, and you were way less masculine. I'm just kidding.
Wow.
I'm kidding.
I mean,
Yeah.
like a fiction book, you said though. But
Yeah.
so,
Well, is this something that a lot of people don't necessarily think about, too? Just saying.
No.
Like, yeah. It's possible. It's possible for a fictional book to stir up
yeah,
manly desires.
I think I've.
Wow.
Well, I would say,
You know?
if you've ever read any of the Ted Dekker books.
Oh,
I
dude,
don't
yeah.
know.
Yeah, I've read Ted Dekker.
So I actually just listened to the
red, blue,
red,
and white,
green,
or red, green, and white.
Red, green, white.
That's
that one's
that's
kind
my
of cool.
favorite of his.
Yeah,
actually,
and so that one's kind of cool because it is kind of manly. There's a lot of fighting.
There
There's
is,
a lot of, but also spiritual warfare sort of ties into that. There's there's one that's kind of cool. Is called Christ Conquers.
Nice.
It's an old book. I don't know who wrote it or anything.
It's called Christ Conquers.
Yeah, and
Never heard of
it's
this.
about the early
It's fiction?
church. Yeah, because it's sort of based some like, I guess, historical stuff.
Okay.
It's about the early church and the Romans and how they were persecuting Christians and stuff. But then they sort of wrote a sort of a love story within
cool.
it and
Yeah.
type of thing.
This is
And
historical
so
fiction,
yeah, and so like a guy gets captured and he's trained to be a gladiator and stuff and
That sounds awesome.
yeah,
Sounds legit.
and then he ends up finding someone and they become Christians and but she was like part of the Roman Empire, but then since she's a Christian they're trying to kill her and then he has to save her and stuff like that.
That's awesome.
But then it also it's actually telling stories of people getting ripped off by lions and the stuff that actually happened in the Colosseums and stuff. So that's kind of an interesting book.
Yeah, that's great.
Sounds inspiring.
Yeah.
To
I
a
guess
greater
I
level
guess
of
it is.
masculinity,
I
right?
guess it is
Sounds like
masculine
it
then.
impacted your masculinity.
Yeah. But it's like I can't go fight someone with a sword or something.
Why not?
It's metaphorical, man.
Who's stopping you?
All right, I'm gone right now.
The police? I'm pretty sure. it's stopping
The
you.
police. Dude. He is the police. Oh,
That's a
he's
good
not the
point.
police anymore.
Yeah,
Never
he's
mind.
all.
I ain't stopping you.
Oh, that's great.
Depends who it is, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. That was a good answer.
Follow up question. No, go ahead. You think
No,
what?
yeah, no, I think I guess when I think about it is, I guess some of these books, it helps reiterate good character and things of that nature.
Totally.
Yeah.
So I guess which is part of masculinity and
Yeah.
what it is to be a man.
I think that's what we mean generally when we're asking. It's
Okay.
like,
Yeah, it's
you
not
know,
like it shaped is
you didn't
strong.
sprout chest hair after reading it.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you're just like that book sent me into puberty.
Whoa.
No, that's not the point. No, I think it's valuable. They can be very valuable in the sense that what you even entertain yourself with a lot of times is what we tend to honor and think is cool, right? And so I think building intentionally choosing to honor things that would honor God and honor what He has for us to be as men is a great form. It's a great way to spend your leisure time in your form of entertainment because you're still. It's easy to do as to the glory of the Lord, and I think it stirs up similar virtues in yourself.
I agree.
Makes you want to be that guy, You don't want to read stories about lame guys.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's
You
true.
don't want to be a lame guy.
Yeah, like
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Helen
Same.
Keller's biography or whatever.
Right. Oh my gosh. Just random dig at Helen Keller. Nice.
Moving on.
Harsh.
Was supposed to go talk about movies too, or
Yeah,
was that
movies.
Another question.
Hey. I got the questions.
Okay, sorry.
Same thing. Are there any movies that come into your mind when you think about that? What Wade
Yes.
just said.
Yeah.
First movie, Nacho Libre.
Oh,
For
yeah.
Yeah.
A lot about masculinity.
Dude, there is.
Teaches you how to fight, how to wrestle, how to serve the Lord.
For real.
It teaches you to throw corn at people.
Yeah.
It does.
In defense, yeah.
It's special powers.
Eagle
Eagle
yeah,
powers.
Yep.
Yeah.
Nutrients.
Well, it actually.
It's a lot of good stuff in
That
there.
turned out to be a myth, though. It gave him no special powers. It gave him
Oh,
the nutrients.
that's true. That's true.
Yeah.
But
And the
anyway.
strength wasn't in
Thanks
himself.
for alive, Steven.
They were alive.
Yeah.
So here's the thing. I understand that you're joking.
No, but
No, he's
I'm
serious.
Okay, you are? Okay.
Yeah.
Good. Okay, good. 'Cause
Yeah.
I recently rewatched that.
Yeah.
And I was blown away by how good a job it does at showing
No,
the
it is
difference
good.
between true religion and false religion.
Oh, yeah.
It's amazing because it talks about in scripture, true religion undefiled is this, right?
Yeah.
To visit the fatherless and the widows in their affliction and to keep oneself unspotted from the world. And that is literally the hero's journey of Nacho Libre.
Yeah.
He starts out as a monk, frustrated with the system
Great movie.
and not impacting the world around him. And he grows and he struggles with being pulled into the world.
Yeah.
And then he ends up overcoming being pulled into the world
Yeah.
and literally has this super successful ministry to orphans.
Yeah.
And it's fantastic.
Is that what you were going to say, Tim?
Oh yeah, for sure. All
And there's
Everything.
and there's
Every
a couple-
word.
Yeah, there's a couple of laughs along the way. It's a great time.
Hilarious.
Dude, Nacho Libre is deeper than people realize.
it is.
Mhm.
I'm so glad you brought that up. That's
Yeah.
great. Cool. Any other movies?
Yeah.
We can do this all day. Yeah.
That was the only. I was prepared with that one.
That one actually, I thought for sure you're gonna be like, yeah, Braveheart, and which is cool.
Well, we
But it's
all
like
say
everyone says Braveheart because
Yeah.
we're all pretty, shallow like that. I don't know. Nacho Libre is so much deeper than Braveheart.
Don't besmirch Braveheart.
I'm just kidding. Both good movies. But I'm very pleased with the Nacho Libre answer. That's good.
That's a great answer.
Yeah.
I think there's a lot of movies, and because you see those things, you see action. At least I do. I like watching movies, and so then, I probably a lot of sports movies, and
Yeah.
Okay.
remember the Titans.
Classic.
That's a sports
Yeah.
movie I actually like.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So a lot of good stuff.
Yeah.
Rudy.
Yeah, that's a sports movie I actually like.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, I've seen both of those.
So you do like things.
Yeah, sometimes.
Okay.
Yeah, occasionally.
Gladiator.
Gladiator. Yeah.
That's a sports movie I actually
Mm-hmm.
like. Yeah, so good
Nice.
stuff.
Yeah, I think anything with books, at least for me, and movies and things, I like things that are kind of make you feel things, I guess,
Yeah.
in some ways.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, sometimes I like things that I guess laughter is a good thing
Oh
too.
yeah, sure.
But I think it's always good to have inspirational
Yeah.
things at times. At
Mm-hmm.
least for me, I like those kind of things.
Totally. Well, I've found that sometimes when I'm even just not even doing that well and wanting mindless entertainment, I'm sometimes surprised by how much like a good story can like turn me back toward things that matter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
like, it's kind of funny. Like I'm just like I just want to waste time and like I'm over it.
Yeah.
kinda tired or whatever, and I'm just not in the best frame of mind. I'll like watch a good movie and be like, man, that actually was really refreshing.
That's me.
Exactly. I got really encouraged by that.
Yeah,
And spurred on toward virtue. So
Yeah.
it can be good.
That is good.
Yeah. Well, I wonder what I would say if I had a paper in my hand.
Oh, here, have that paper.
All right, thanks. Okay. What the heck?
It's the last one.
Yeah, so my printer's running out of ink, everybody. That's just a general update on the status of the show.
Send ink.
What are you up to these days, and where can people find your work? If this doesn't apply to you, that's fine. Like,
Where can people find my work?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like this is like the typical like podcaster collaboration question where it's like, where can they find you? Like, oh, I'm
on Instagram.
Yeah, I'm Falkenstine on all the socials, whatever. Like,
What's your Twitter handle?
Yeah, exactly. Like, comment, and subscribe.
Unfortunately, I'm not on that. So.
Yeah, that's good for you.
That's
man.
fortunate.
So, honestly, that's
So
we
you
look out
can't
for
you
that.
can't find me.
Perfect.
I think in the
That's a
real
good
world
answer.
though, like, what are you up to these
Yeah, what are you up
days?
to these days?
Yeah.
What's your life like these days? What are you working on?
Yeah, get rid of that.
We don't need those.
Well, we have the other piece of paper.
I know. I got it right here.
So I was in ministry for 10 years after leaving high school. Pretty much worked at Alert. Involved in ministry with young men. So from there, ended up leaving there, and now started a construction business with my brother-in-law in East Texas, and so I'm doing that full time, and then also involved in church. I teach the junior high class there, and then also have Bible study with some high school students on the weekend, and then also do a summer camp in the summer. So I've been doing that the last 3 years. Small group, which is kind of better because then I don't have to have tons of people to help me.
That's valid. Yeah.
So it's one of those things which I had done before at Alert. I ran the summer camp there too. So it got until there was like 90 kids and stuff, and so it's a lot more hectic, a lot more things you have to plan.
Mhm.
Be
That's a
aware
lot of
of.
kids.
Yeah. And so that was crazy. So now it's like 15, 20 kids, and so it's a whole lot easier, a whole lot manageable. But yeah, I'm trying to do that, trying to see where God's gonna have me go from this point on. Where I'm at, I guess, continue to invest in other people if I can, and yeah, nothing too exciting, I guess. Just living life
I
and
think that sounds
exciting.
great.
yeah, just working and
Yeah.
Yeah, just being a man. Is what you're
Yeah.
saying. You're just being a man.
trying
That's awesome.
to.
Yeah.
Just living that nacho life, man.
Yeah, dude, exactly. Dude, exactly. He's
Yeah.
visiting fatherless and widows. And
Yeah.
keep yourself unspotted from the world. Good job, buddy. Nacho. That's great, man.
That is great.
Cool.
I've really enjoyed getting to know you these last couple hours. It's great.
Yeah, I know, right? It's fun to meet someone and then just straight up interview them, right? One second after. Yeah.
It is. It is fun.
It's like a first date.
Yes, that's what it's felt like for me. Yeah. I feel like it's going well.
I'll call you later.
Okay, all right. Should we do a lightning round?
Yeah, let's do it.
You know what a lightning round is?
Yeah,
Yes.
you don't. Yeah.
Yeah, I do.
I don't?
Yeah, you do. I don't.
Oh, you
Supposed to be
do?
fast.
It's
Yeah.
Okay.
top of your head.
Top of my head.
Answers.
Is it long answers or short?
Yeah, but we don't care.
I don't really have.
You
long
do whatever
answers.
you want,
Do
man.
whatever you want, man.
Okay.
You just have to
Like
start.
21.
Here's the deal. You have to start talking fast. Like, you just have to. You can't think. Is the point.
Okay.
But you
Yeah.
can start talking and then talk as long as you want.
Like, here's the timer.
Yeah.
Okay, it's already going. What's your answer? How would
Yes.
how would you define masculinity?
Yes.
Masculinity
Yeah.
is the ability to do today what others put off for tomorrow.
Ooh.
And it's being able to, I guess what I would ultimately come down to what does God think of manhood, and what is, that would be the top of my head.
Yeah.
And obviously we have the example of Christ and we're supposed to follow.
Yeah.
And you think of Philippians 2 is do not merely look out for your own personal interests, but also for the interests of others, and having the attitude which is in Christ Jesus. And that's, I think, what masculinity is. It's not just being macho and whatever it might be. Because if you looked at different people, you don't necessarily have to be the strongest person in the world or anything like that to be, I would say, masculine. As long as you're willing to stand up for what you believe in and willing to fight for those you love, is something, and willing to do stuff that most people don't.
Yeah. That's fantastic.
Correct.
Yes.
Yeah. Ding.
Yes. I got it. One
you wanna-
answer right.
That was awesome. Yeah, that was great. I like that.
We have
wrong
determined
answer?
that's the right answer.
Yeah, I want to remind me. I want to get back to the put off till tomorrow. What others? Well, do today what others put off till tomorrow. We'll circle
Okay.
back on that.
Okay.
I want to put a pin in that. Doesn't it?
Okay.
I want your thoughts on that. Okay.
Pin inserted.
All right. Thank you. Okay. Is Die Hard a Christmas movie?
Sorry to say, but I've never watched it.
Oh, dude.
Wrong.
Yeah.
Wrong answer. But
Yeah.
sure, why not?
Yeah, my man.
We got one.
Yeah.
Yes, I read the room.
Nice, nice.
He's like, what are these idiots want to hear? That's great.
Should men have a man cave?
Ooh. I say that like I'm surprised.
Should we or should we not? No.
That is
Depends.
the question.
Okay. I think it depends on what your wife wants.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
That's kind of a beta.
She might be watching. No.
Yeah. Like, it depends if your wife lets you.
Honey, is it
No.
okay?
No, I think really if a man, it depends on what you have.
Yeah.
And what you're doing. What's it for?
Yeah.
If it's a purpose for you to, okay, let me further myself or kind of step away, which is fine.
Yeah.
But if it's just so that way, oh, this is the one room I can put all the stuff my wife won't let me put in, that's stupid.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
So,
Makes a lot of sense.
yeah. And so, but if it's something, hey, it is something productive, then I think it's fine.
Yeah.
Because usually your wife has a room that, she wants
Yeah.
or someone. So,
What if you don't have a wife? Should you have a man cave?
I mean, then your whole house, I guess.
That's a good point.
Every room you're in is your cave.
Yes.
I mean, for me personally, I don't necessarily have a man cave. I don't know. Maybe if I had space, I would build one.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I guess I don't have one. So
Yeah. That's fine.
I realize my question is kind of dumb
yeah,
because a man cave kind of denotes an idea of like separation.
separation.
So what are you
I
separating?
think my man cave is my truck.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, that makes
So
sense.
Yeah.
I have my man cave in my truck,
There you go.
and I maybe that's what it is. And so when
That's
I
where
go-
you drink your booze and stuff.
No, that's when I prepare myself.
Where his big screen with the football is.
Yeah, and so I end up. Yeah, I think that's what alone time go do. I just go work on something or do
Yeah.
something like that
Okay.
outside if I want to be by myself.
That's a very manly answer.
I respect it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It kind of depends on what kind of man you're trying to be in your cave and
Yeah, that's
what's
true.
in your cave. And
Yeah.
what are you doing? But yeah.
There's a lot of open ends to that question.
Well,
so.
Yeah, it
it's-
is.
I think it's thought provoking. I think
It
it's
is.
interesting. Yeah.
It is.
So far, we've had a different answer every time we've asked
I
that,
know.
which is cool.
Yeah, it's great.
So how many people have man caves that you've interviewed?
A lot.
Let's see. Caleb for sure has one. I mean, kind of.
DC-ish.
He can't smoke a pipe in it, so I don't know how much authority he really has over it.
But now he has my man cave on his property, which
Oh,
he
that's
can
right.
smoke in. So
There you go.
Is it a porta potty or what?
Derrick Clark.
No, it's a
Derrick
shed.
Clark's a really,
he kind of, I feel like his little gym, I guess he lets all the kids in there. So
yeah, I mean, like, he doesn't really. He has a really cool gym in his garage,
it is cool.
which is yeah. That guy just makes every room a cave. He's so manly. He's amazing. And then Elisha, not really.
Oh, I guess you're right, dude.
Yeah, it's
I
basically-
picture them all having
So
it.
it's
No,
just
it's
Wade who has a man cave.
I
And
know.
you.
I
have
have
one.
a man cave.
You have
I
one,
have
okay.
a study.
Oh, study. Okay.
Yeah, which is,
I have a library.
It is like a cave.
which is an intellectual loophole around the man cave.
Yes, it's a study. What are
It's
you
a
talking
cave.
Yeah, it's kind of
Yeah.
cavey in here. All right. If you had, what's something you could go do to feel like something you just go do to feel more manly? Like if you wanted to feel manly, just an activity you could just go do.
I think chop wood.
Chop, dude.
about? Oh, heck yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't really have to do it much because it doesn't get cold that much where I live. But it's something that when you do it and the wood just shatters, you're just like, yeah, I'm a man.
Heck yeah.
So,
Totally.
yeah.
Caleb knows something about that.
Or bashing armadillos. That's fun too.
Dude, yeah, bashing armadillos is a lot of fun. Hunting armadillos.
I've heard the stories. Yeah.
It's very satisfying.
With a stick.
Yeah.
You feel like a man.
It's so bizarre because I still don't know if they're actually real. You know,
Armadillos are real. They're
they're little battle tank possums. Like it's
they're
a
hilarious. They look like a mythical creature.
so, and this isn't like a hippie thing to say or anything like that. But in my mind, just seeing pictures of them and like what they are, I like wouldn't want to kill one.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like
see,
I just think
So-
they're so like cool. They're
The-
little battle tanks.
The joke that Chapman Birch used to always say
yeah.
is he said, "Why did the chicken cross the road?" And he said, "To show the armadillo it could be done," because they're always dead on the road. They
Oh,
get hit by
okay.
cars so much.
Nice.
So
Yeah, they do. Well, they're a pest, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
they just dig up stuff. And
Yeah,
nuisance.
exactly.
Oh,
They're
okay.
kinda like
Yeah.
groundhogs or whatever. So
They
like,
destroy your root
Yeah.
vegetables.
Yeah. They'll
Yeah,
go
they'll
crazy.
just root up everything.
To me, I don't really want to kill them more because they're a pest. It's more of just like I take the fact that they're armored as like a personal challenge.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like, oh, okay.
Yeah, you think you're so
They're
tough,
not-
little guy?
It's not like they can
Yeah.
fight back or anything.
Yeah.
You got some armor, dude. Well, let's see
Yeah.
how that goes. Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah, I'm immature like that.
They're pretty fascinating little critters.
Yeah.
They are.
They're
They're
interesting.
fast. They're really hard to
Yeah, they are
catch.
fast, and they hear very well.
They're
Do
faster
they
than
are
you
they do they carry some sort of disease?
think.
They say leprosy, but I don't really
The
know.
one-
Yeah, that's what I've heard.
The one I carried had a disease.
What was it, death?
Yeah, exactly. Had a curtain rod straight through the middle of it.
Yeah, that doesn't look healthy, little guy. Cool. Well,
What?
if you had to pick a different century to live in which and why?
What?
If you had to pick a different
Different century
century
to
to live in, which and why?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, I delivered that poorly. I wish I was in a different
Let's-
century
let's-
right now.
Different century live in which? Oh no.
Nope.
I'm tracking.
Just any
Yeah,
place,
any century.
anywhere.
If you could
Yeah.
pick any century to live in,
Yeah,
which
time
one would it be
machine.
and why?
Where do you?
I guess it would depend who I was, what
No, you.
ethnicity. Like
Whoa.
Oh, you
Here.
get to choose your ethnicity.
Like, well,
You're
that's what I'm
changing the
saying,
rules of the
though.
game.
that's what I'm saying though. Because if I
You could change your hair color. What would it be?
yeah, like
Wait.
At,
All right.
I
like,
want
I
to
don't
hear
want to
both.
go back to the Egyptians right when the Israelites were leaving because they were getting destroyed
No,
and
that's
stuff
beautiful.
with,
Okay,
by
yeah,
plagues.
I see what you're saying.
Well, then just don't
But
pick
if you were
that century.
if you were like if you were like an Egyptian at the time,
But as you,
Yeah.
Okay.
as a Western Texan,
as you have
okay, as me.
yeah,
Tim Falk, yeah, you can't
You can't culturally.
you can't
appropriate
become a
someone else's-
Philistine.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. People have called me the Philistines instead of the Falkensteins.
Oh
Philistines.
yeah, that's pretty close.
Oh,
They were confused.
All right.
that's offensive.
Yeah.
So as you,
It's fine. I heard Frankenstein. Everything.
Oh yeah,
I never thought of that.
I'm not gonna say anything stupid.
I think it'd be kind of cool to live like in the medieval times, like in castles, and
Yeah.
you know, it was just simpler. You just go conquer. You know, you're just there to survive, and
Yeah.
that's
Die
about
at the
it.
ripe age of 31.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah, exactly. You just go live, conquer.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
You
I
could
like it.
you could go around with a sword back then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
that'd be
This
great.
guy really does want to run around with a sword.
I'm not stopping you.
Yeah. I think a baseball bat is pretty close to a sword too.
Yeah,
I think that's
I think
probably
so.
your thing. All right. If you could choose one animal to go extinct forever, what would it be?
I love that question.
It's
It's
so
so dumb. Not armadillos, probably. You sound pretty reverent.
That's fine. Yeah.
Well, they're fun to.
Probably rats.
Rats. That's
Yeah.
good.
Okay. Why?
I don't know. They're just disgusting.
They are. Yeah. What about like show rats?
I don't care. They can all die.
Show rats. Is that a thing?
That's a deep cut reference to Frasier.
Oh,
Daphne has her show
yes,
rats that
that's
she's all about.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My sisters actually
I
also
mean,
had
do they
rats
do
growing up.
anything good? Do you know?
I mean, they eat dead people
I
after killing
They
them.
just carry the
Yeah.
plague.
They're very sanitary. I think they are useful to experiment on.
Okay. I think they do that in mice, or they do both.
They do both.
The shampoo I used was tested on rats, so and it works.
It cleaned them
Heck
too.
yes, it works. Look at those luscious locks.
They don't have as long as hair as you, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, the Hungarian ones do.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
You know a lot about rats.
I don't really. If you could choose any job, what would it be? Like for yourself,
For myself.
To do.
not as like an Egyptian Tim, just like normal Tim.
Okay. Well, I'd probably just go play baseball then, you know?
Oh, heck yeah.
It's easy.
Good point,
You
yeah.
get paid to just play a game.
Yeah.
It's good money too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're good.
It's major.
Even if you're not good.
Yeah. That's awesome.
It's easy answer.
That's a great answer. Yeah.
I mean, that's...
I never think about like that, like games as a job, but it is a
'cause
job.
You just have fun and
Yeah.
play and
Yeah.
you just work out.
You're really an entertainer.
Yeah.
You're in the entertainment industry.
It's true.
Yeah. I mean, I guess if you're movies and stuff, that'd be kind of easy too.
Yeah, possibly. I don't know.
I guess not.
Depends on the movies.
Well, if you could just jump into being a successful actor or something.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I can see that.
So you want to be a movie star?
No.
I
Definitely not.
I think it'd be fun to be an actor.
I think it would be really
I had
fun.
my first acting.
It'd be fun to do, but I wouldn't want the people following you around type stuff.
Oh yeah, the fame would not.
Yeah.
Yeah. We don't.
That's the only reason I want to do it.
Yeah. That's the only reason we let.
Well, you don't want paparazzi at your house.
Well, it's the
Well-
only reason we let only 10 people watch this podcast.
I'm deeply insecure, so I would love some
Yeah.
random dude with a camera just taking pictures of me all the time.
Derrick would just hire a guy to follow him around, take pictures.
I've done it.
Hey, send me those later.
Yeah, some of those.
I had my first acting gig.
As you walk
this
down
week.
the street, you're just having like 5 people taking pictures of you.
Do it.
I'm sorry.
See what happens.
I just had my first acting gig this week.
Really?
Yeah.
No, your
so-
first acting gig was for the coffee shop you worked at.
Oh, that's not an acting gig. That is a abominable.
That was a master class.
That was an abominable news appearance. That's.
I think it was great.
How dare you?
I'm so
Shame on
sorry.
you for bringing that
I'm
up.
so sorry.
Just
Tell us about your
that.
first acting gig.
I fired a puppet.
Huh?
It's for a friend's YouTube video.
That's so.
He has like this puppet that does the news, and I was supposed to be like his boss at the news broadcasting station that fired him. So I acted as a boss firing a puppet.
Who?
His name's Mr. Smeeks, the puppet.
What?
He's a jerk.
The
He fired a puppet.
Is it your
I thought
puppet?
you were saying-
No.
I was like, yeah, Mr. Smeeks is a jerk. Anyway, enough about me. This isn't my interview.
I'm so sorry. That was
Acting
just such a
career.
weird.
We'll do a whole
we're-
podcast on my acting
Speaking of
career.
pins, we're putting a pin in the puppet for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. You want to read one of these?
Yeah, I'd love to. What does it say? What is it? Oh, what? Oh, we kind of. I don't know why this is on the lightning round. We already asked this in the main.
Then don't
question.
ask it. Just skip
All right,
it.
Fine. Thanks, dude. Thank you.
Dude, we can do whatever we
What
want.
is the thing you are most proud of?
Or the thing of which you are most proud?
What is the thing of which you are most proud? Whomever.
Like something I've accomplished or something I've built, something
Anything.
I've done.
Person. The thing is a
Noun.
noun, which is a person, place, thing, or idea.
Okay.
And sometimes why.
Wait.
That's a vowel. Hang on.
Thing I've accomplished.
Yeah, I think it could be a thing you've accomplished. It could be a knick-knack that you own.
Could be. It's true.
It could be lots of things.
I don't know if I could even think of anything off the top of my
Are you
head.
proud of anything?
It's just because you're humble.
Yeah.
No, I don't know.
Dig
Are you
deep.
proud of your truck? Your man cave?
Oh,
Sure. No, but I didn't, that's just like whatever.
I can tell. I can tell it's a big source
Yeah.
of pride for you.
Yeah, no. I like the stuff. I like building things, and so
Yeah.
I like, building whatever it is, different tables
Yeah.
and different chairs. Stuff,
Your
Stuff.
workmanship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like being able to do that and like,
Yeah.
building a house, and you're just like, wow, I did good work there.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
It's
great.
one of those things. Afterwards, you did, and other things you're like, oh, that kind of sucked. So
Yeah.
I don't really like
Yeah.
that one.
I'll
But-
send you the bill.
Yeah. So, yeah, I think it's the things I do with my hands. I think I enjoy.
That's cool. Do you do a lot of like carpentry and stuff?
I do
Nice.
somewhat.
That's cool.
So I'm learning more and more as I go and watching videos and okay, how can I do this better? Or different ideas and stuff.
Nice.
Cool.
Yeah.
Respect.
We kind of already did the movie recommendation one too.
Do you? No, we didn't.
Nacho Libre.
Yeah, it's
No,
Nacho.
he didn't recommend Nacho
I
Libre.
recommend
He said,
Nacho Libre,
Now-
but I can recommend a different movie.
yeah. Okay, I did want to come back to.
Yeah.
You mentioned procrastination,
Mm-hmm.
or basically part of the definition of manliness is being someone who does a day what most people put off till tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
I know we've talked about this in the past too, and this is something that I am terrible at. So I thought somebody who's less of a procrastinator than me should talk about it.
Yeah.
But what do you see? I'm trying to figure out a good question to get the conversation started, but I want you to talk about that. Basically, what are some things? How do you see it, procrastination negatively affecting young men, and why do you think it's so important? How's that? As a start.
That's a great answer.
Hey,
start or question,
great
I guess.
Yeah, thanks.
I think it harms guys a lot.
Yeah.
Honestly, because we as people are lazy.
Yeah.
We don't want to do things, especially young guys. There's not many guys who want to clean their room or, whatever it might be.
Sure.
We procrastinate a lot on doing chores or doing things we need to do. If it's something we want to do, we'll go do it 100%.
Yeah.
And it's easy for guys to say, I don't have time for this. I didn't have time to do that.
Yeah.
And then they spend 2 hours playing a game or whatever it might be, or watching a movie or
getting a little personal here, man.
yeah. Yeah, and it is one of those, and that's why I say it, because it's a very good. I have to remind myself of that a lot.
Yeah.
Because it's easy to procrastinate. It's easy to be lazy.
Yeah.
It's easy to I'll do that tomorrow.
Yeah.
And so it's someone who told me that, and so I try to remember that, and it's always, all right, let me do this. I'll do the dishes tomorrow, type thing.
Yeah.
Or even something simple as that. It's like, well, why not I just do it right now, and then it'll be done.
Yeah.
Type of thing. And I think it starts with small things, and for young guys, and that's one thing I always tell young guys, it starts with small things, and if you can learn to accomplish little things, then the bigger things, it's a whole lot easier to do.
Yeah.
Because the more things you put off, then the easier it is to forget it. And you tie that into your spiritual life. You procrastinate, God tells you to do something. The first time you say no, you're like, you feel guilty. And then the second and third, fourth, fifth time, it's a whole lot easier to say no.
Yeah.
And so whatever that might be in any part of our life, and if we can learn to have control of our own, even our tongue, our body, then through that, we're not going to be procrastinating enough as much.
Yeah.
Because then we're thinking of other people. We're not just thinking about ourselves. And I think that's the biggest issue with us as guys, is that we do think about ourselves a lot, even though we don't think we do.
Yeah.
But we still do. I mean, if you think about it in marriage, a lot of times you'll just only do something for your wife because you don't want her to be mad at you,
Sure.
or what are the benefits of this,
it's actually for you. Yeah.
yeah, and it's really for you type of thing. And so when you have that kind of mindset of, let me do today what others put off for tomorrow, is, hey, other people would say, I can do this later.
Yeah.
Where for me, I'm like, no, I can do this today.
Yeah.
I mean, there's obviously some things I can't, like,
Can't do everything.
you can't do everything
yeah,
one
sure.
day type of thing. So you're like, okay, I'll have to do that tomorrow type of thing. But there's things that you could be doing or should be doing, then you just do it.
Yeah. Well, and I think we all know what those things are too.
Yeah.
It's the thing that you
Yeah.
should be doing that you're
The thing you're avoiding.
you're procrastinating on purpose.
Yeah.
And it's interesting, hearing you share on that too, because I think as I was listening, it's like, and I know this has been my experience in my own life, is if these habits really do build in that it's like you're telling yourself a story about who you are by your actions. So it's like when you do procrastinate and when you do blow it off, like you're giving yourself permission to be that person, right? It's kind of like, I'm okay with being the guy who's just going to kick this down the road and be comfortable, right? Like, like I'm okay with being the comfort seeking guy that's not going to do the hard thing. And when you make those choices to actually man up and do it, now it reinforces the opposite, right? You're basically telling yourself, like, no, like I do it now. Like I don't need to be afraid of that. I'm going to do the hard thing. I'm going to do the, like I'm going to serve the Lord. I'm going to serve others. I'm going to serve even my future self more than just my current self seeking pleasure,
And you can even have it even like working out.
Yeah.
Type of thing.
Yeah.
You should be working out and doing things to keep your body in shape, but then you're like, whatever, I'll do it.
Yeah.
Next week I'll start.
I'm not that bad yet. Yeah.
But it's true. That's how it starts though. It's because you have to have habits, good habits in your life. Otherwise you don't have a habit.
Yeah.
And you don't do it.
Yep.
Because we don't want to do it. I don't
Yeah.
want to work out.
Yeah.
It's good for me.
Yeah, it is.
Allegedly.
Yeah,
I think.
I've tried both. And I'm pretty sure.
Yes. It's definitely good for you.
Cool. Well,
I like it.
sweet. Anything else you want to share with the class? Do you have any, just cool thing you want to say?
What's the most profound thing?
The most wow. Don't be an idiot.
No, hey,
That's profound.
don't sleep on that one. That's a good advice. right
That's
there.
resting on the shoulders of the obvious right there.
Exactly.
Yeah. That's how I live my life.
Nice. Yeah.
Don't be an idiot. Yeah.
Well,
It's good.
on that note,
Eh.
Timothy Falkenstein. everybody.
Hey, it's good to meet you.
Don't be an idiot. No look high five. Ready? Tim.
Falkenstein.
Ready? Go.
For all that and all that it's come.